What's up guys, welcome back. We are home in my poker place and today's vlog is about a session which I played yesterday. Yesterday I had an awesome session playing 1-2 Zoom on Pokerstars, 4 tables. Actually I played for 6 hours, 3 sessions. The first 2, it was nothing extraordinary, but the third one, it was awesome. I was crushing it and running so hard. You will see. I have hands in my tracking software in the Hold'em Manager too. I'm gonna show you now some hands. Let's jump into the action. So this is my Hold'em Manager 2 and let's see. Yesterday I played 3 sessions. The result was, you can see here, expected value here. I played a lot and this is because of the Zoom, so you can play with Zoom formats so many hands. It can be very easily 5, 6 or 700 hands on 4 tables per hour. So and the last session I was crushing it. It felt so good. It felt so good. So let's see some hands. You can see here I was up 1800. EV wise it's almost the same. Yeah, 87 bucks less. And let's see, here are the hands. So yeah, lot of green ones because it's mostly winning. It's mostly winning session. So the first interesting hand, the biggest one, the biggest pot I played. So I was in the small blind. Action falls to me. Cutoff opens. Yeah. He was definitely a recreational player. So I 3-bet him. I wanted to 3-bet him and play with him. And on the larger side. He calls and a good flop. Now my options, I can check, but I like betting. When I hit, it's gonna be very good against this player. So I would like to get paid off when I hit. So I see bet. He calls. Turn is ace. I was thinking about bet sizing here. And I think against these players, if he has an ace, 2 pairs, maybe a king 10 or jack 10, he's not folding. Maybe he's folding jack 10, king 10, but an ace x or 2 pairs definitely not. But I don't think he's folding a king x or maybe a jack 10 type of hand. neither. So here I decided I wanna play 4 stacks, so an overbet to leave myself around the pot size bet on the river. And he calls. It's very good. Safe run out, and now I was tanking a little, you know, but it's not much difference. Against fun players, I guess. Your timing task, it doesn't matter. So you can shove instantly, or you can tank, maybe. But against better opponents, I like to be balanced with my bluffs and with my value hands regarding the tanking on the river, for example. I like to wait for X seconds, for example, for 5 or 10 seconds to be balanced, but maybe in 200 it doesn't matter. But I like this stuff. So I shoved, he called. Yeah, he had king 6. Yeah, I think it's a rare call, maybe alright, a very big hero call, but his turn call is not so good. Okay, he's beating some flush draws and that's it. So I was very happy. It's a nice spot. Okay, the second one. Yeah, I don't wanna show the stats of opponents. I think it's not fair on YouTube. So yeah, it's the best. Regular opens, I think another regular calls. Button was a weaker opponents, so it's definitely a squeeze play for me with ace queen because of the button. And he calls. Okay, flop is cut shot and 1 over. So yeah, I can bet small with this stack to pot ratio to make it 3 streets, or yeah, my options, maybe check call. One option is check calling the flop, but I rather like to see that this kind of board textures with my hand. So I see, but he called. Turn is gin. But shoves. So it's very easy. A cooler. I didn't like his pre-flop call so much, but post-flop is alright, I think. He can call on turn and call down, but because of protection, his shove is also fine on turn, in my opinion. So, alright. So as you see, there is mostly street poker. We are playing it on the streets, so next one. had the aces. Okay. He's a good regular. I 3-bet him. He called. On the flop. I like betting with 100 BB. I definitely bet here this structure. Sometimes I check, but a little bit deeper. I like mostly betting here too, but I like to be. I like to build in some more check-ins, more checks on the flop, as in case I was only 100 baby deep. So I check back because of this reason. He overbets the turn. This is nowadays it's very common. Play very common strategy by regulars to overbet as a balanced strategy, overbet lead the turn with a draw and also with their value hands. So I know him, he's a good winning regular, but with my hand I'm not going anywhere on this turn, so it's a clear call. In my opinion, I called the river, he almost spotted. So it's very good combo I don't block the club combos, I block ace-10 and yeah. So here you can see my pot odds, 33%. I need 33%. I was thinking about a little, but I think with these blockers it's a clean call, because he can turn some combo draws into bluff with this sizing. He can have some flush draws, maybe some pocket tens. And also he can have two pairs or better 9-10 or something like this, but I underwrap my hand, so I think it's a clear call. And yeah, here the blockers tens, so it definitely, I think he played it alright. So as you see, I am running hot. Everything is working toward my direction. Next hand. Okay. I am early position with ace-king. Middle position 3 bets. He's a regular and I like calling here. I have statistics on opponents, and if I know he's too aggressive, too wide, and he's broking light, so I have exact statistics showing that. It's very good. Hold'em Manager 2, it's very good for this. When you play cash games, I think it's very necessary tool. So you can check this, and yeah, and I can tell if he's maybe if I would have 4-bet this, and whether he's going light or bluffing some ace-5 suited or something like this. There is a statistics showing that for me, so I can analyze that during the hand in my pop-up, And but at the time I thought that against this player the call is the best, so I called. This flop is a standard check call, I guess, so I checked and I raised. Yeah, mostly I think it's 9 out of 10 I'm calling this. I don't remember the specific reason why I raised him, but it can be so wrong. So yeah, I didn't check it in the solver, so maybe this could be very good, which is more EV. Very good to. It would be very good to check which is more EV to raise this for value or just call. Yeah. Well, maybe I don't block the flush draws. He can have some ace jack, ace queen, and ace king also, or a non-believer pocket pairs and flush draws, which he can continue with those hands. So right, I raised it. Yeah, turn is not so great. I checked because I don't think a bet would accomplish much. He bet small. Yeah, I didn't like it, but I'm not going anywhere. So I can be very easily behind now. He could have a flush or some pocket tens, maybe ace 10. He could have eights of course as well. But of course he could have ace king without flush, ace queen, maybe ace jack, betting once, one more on the turn. And the river is very good. Yeah, and I shoved here. I didn't want him to check back some jack or maybe worse flushes. I don't think how many combos he would be bluffing, so not so many. I like donk leading here more, but definitely it's check is the standard play. But nowadays the donking is leading range, and developing leading range is a new version of poker, I guess, online. So nowadays it's very good to mix in some leads on the river or on the turn too. And yeah, so it's a bit cooler. Maybe he could fold on the flop, but I don't think it's a big mistake to call once and yeah, evaluate on the turn. Yeah, so of course I'm more than happy for this result. Next hand, ace king. I have ace king on the small blind, so let's check. I don't remember this hand. Yeah, I know, right. I guess he's a rag player. Yeah, we are deep now. 240, around 240 bbs, so I can 4-bet, but I just I just choose to flat the 3-bet. He was a recreational, as far as I remember. So the flop check around. The turn. Yeah, I know. Recently I checked in the pie solver these spots, and definitely the lead is here the standard, but I checked the expected value and it was the same if I check here or if I lead here. So mostly I like betting here, but as I said, it's the same EV, I guess. So maybe in the future I will do Pio analysis too. It can be very interesting. And he delayed c-bets on the turn. I called, of course. You can find reason for raising, but I think calling is slightly better here. The river, he overbets. Alright, so I am very top of my range. He could have a slow play, but just one combo of pocket aces. I think he's mostly betting queens against ace-x type of hands on the flop, and mostly betting maybe the jack-10. He could have one combo of ace-king. So it's a very, very polar bet here. And yeah, I was thinking about shoving, but I don't think so much worse hand would call me. So yeah, it's a way ahead, way behind situation, I guess. So I choose to just call, and he has the airball. Yes, I think is on the loser aggressive side, but I liked his river decision after he was betting this turn. And flop is also alright. Maybe he could c-bet on the flop 1/3 size, and yeah, he has the range advantage on the flop, so check behind, maybe check turn and bluff the river, but it's alright, I guess, but definitely on the more aggressive side. So the next one, just winning hands, as you can see, the bigger ones. Alright, I have pocket threes in the small blind, button opens, they are regulars, button and big blinds too. So I like with these small pocket pairs, if the big blind here was a fish, was a rack player, I like flatting more, as the likelihood of getting squeezed is increasing. I like 3-betting here more. So since he's a good aggressive solid regular, I like 3-betting here more. Yeah, so sometimes in poker all options are very good. I think the 3-bet here is the best. The second best is fold, pre, and maybe the third is the call. So I like here calling. Flop is alright. I like here continue with the small size, around 32%. he called. And as you can see, this session is simply good. So against weaker opponents, I like straightforward play, just betting three streets for value. Against this solid regular, I like to mix in some checks with this hand here. So I checked, he checked back. The river, I was thinking about check shoving, maybe he had a, but I don't think he has so many king x combos here. So maybe he was floating some king jack, king queen, and I guess he would rather bet out on the turn, maybe check back some ace x's. But yeah, he can definitely have some king x here. But I think the best is just value bet here. And on the smaller side, so around half pot. Yeah, there are opponents who is protecting more, so on the turn, some opponents are betting almost every pair. Here, maybe a smaller bet for value / protection. I don't know this opponent so good to say his which category. So I mean, if he would bet every pair for value / protection on the turn, or just check back some pairs, or have more king x. So I guess I choose the value bet here. And he shoves. Of course, it's a call. You have the board. He could have some slow play, better than me, but he could have some ace x combos with the spade turning into a bluff, or he could have pocket 8 deuces. Pocket deuces, why not? So it was on the spewy side. But thanks. So I definitely, so against good player, I think it's very, very important to mix in some deception. Deception is very, very important against these players, and against weaker ones, recreational fun players, I like to use the linear lines. I mean, go for value with my value hands and maybe bluff less. But on the 200 Zoom table there are very competent regulars, so without balancing against them, it's not so beneficial sometimes. So, alright. Obviously a good result. And next one. I have king queen. Oh, I remember this. Against a fun player. Isolate him. Some calls. I like c-betting here. Not so big. And the small one, yeah, he was not a regular, yeah. But I didn't know him so much. Turn is easy value, but I can maybe bet here more around pot size bet to go all in. To have pot size bet left on the river, to go all in on the river easily. So, and he raises. Just it's one option here, which is the best, is the call. And river. Guess what? Yeah, here the deuces. Okay. Yeah, I was running so hot. Yeah, I wanted to see the percentages. Yeah, just the pot odds. Yeah, I had 1, 4, 7 out, so I was way behind, but get there. Sometimes it's very important to get there. Alright. So, sorry man, that's poker sometimes. And the biggest losing pot, it was relatively small, just $97 loss, relatively to the other pots. This is a very interesting hand. I have pocket tens in the small blind, cutoff opens, and my standard game is maybe 95% of time I like 3-betting here, but maybe if it's a very tight regular, opens on the cutoff, who has a very high 4-3 bet statistics, then I think a call is slightly better against him. At the time I thought he has a high 4-3 bet stat, so that's why I just called it. And very interesting, he is pot size c-betting this, so it's very unusual line, online. Most regulars just betting here 1/3 pot. Of course he has a raise advantage, I don't have so many tens and aces, he can have those, so the more better hands he can have, the higher he could c-bet for sure on the flop. So right. I raised this. I think raising is, I like raising here for value. He can continue with all of his flush draws, depending on the player. Some ace-axes, the stronger ones, definitely he calling once or twice. And yeah, some draws. Turn is not so good. I checked, but I wasn't scared or anything, but I think checking is better here. He bets. It's not a good sign, but he can have some ace-x betting here once for cheap showdown. Definitely some stronger ace-x, and all of the flush combos. I don't block any of them. And of course pocket threes, ace 3, ace 10, but not so many ace 10 are remaining. So of course. So please think about this situation. What would you do now against a good thinking regular? I was thinking about it, but I just let it go. Yes, he can have ace-3 or pocket threes. I don't think he's having some queen-jack or king-queen type of hand without the flushes. So not so many, maybe a couple of combos there, but I guess at the time I thought that maybe his player would underbluff this spot. Maybe I am wrong. GTO wise, I guess this is a call. It would be interesting to check that for sure, but I didn't check it. Please write your comments against what do you think, what is the best play here on the river. I fold it. Alright. And I had some smaller ones, but good pocket kings, sevens, ace jack. So I was crashing it. Very good session. Definitely I was running hot, but sometimes you need it. You need it in poker. Alright. Thanks for now, and in the future I am planning to do live plays also. I am playing live online and showing you how I'm playing, and I am planning to do similar session reviews in a Hold'em Manager 2 format. Please write me, what do you think, what do you want to see, rather a session review or live play? Alright. But definitely more to come, so take it easy. Bye.